Good morning. How you doing today? Happy Sunday. It's beautiful outside. It's 48 degrees and oh my God, it's going to be 63 degrees today. Man, if it's going to be nice outside, I am definitely going to want to go out and grill something. And by grill, I mean flat top griddle. The only way to grill. Listen, if you take away one key point from all of these morning videos, it's that you need a flat top grill instead of a regular ass propane grill. Now, in my mind, I still have not decided whether or not the charcoal is superior. But the thing about the flat top is there's just so many different things that you can do with it, like so many different types of meals. I will say that a good propane grill is really, really good at certain things, and then the flat top grill is good at like a multitude of different things. The creepiest thing is that whenever the furnace turns on in our house, my door opens. If my door is like not all the way closed shut, whatever happens with air and air pressure, my door will just pop open. And usually when I feel or when I see my door open in my peripherals, it's either A, Weenie creeping, B, Boba booping his nose and just like kind of looking around, or it's the cat. But what the cat will do is he'll scream outside my door, and then I'll open the door and then he'll stare at me and then he runs. It's like, okay, I was making sure you were in there. But anyways, happy Sunday, everybody. What date? What's the date? It is April 12th. Today is Easter Sunday. It's always still so funny to me. So as many of you know, grew up a Jehovah's Witness, did not grow up with any holidays. The amount of times that I wake up thinking that it's a normal day when it is indeed a normal day. But it's also a holiday at the same time. And it baffles me that still after 10 years of actively celebrating certain holidays, Easter is just still one of them that does not faze me as a holiday whatsoever. And I know if you are somewhat religious, Easter is huge. I know, doesn't Lent end on Easter? So everybody's just gorging today, which, you know, everybody should have a love-hate relationship with food, but super stoked to be able to see people who have been depriving themselves of one of their favorite things in the world for 40 days, and now they just get to all of a sudden come back to it. You love to see it. And food is just, oh man. My kitchen yesterday started pretty clean, and by the end of the day, it was absolutely trashed. I made chorizo breakfast burritos in the morning, which were weenie rated 10 out of 10. And later in the afternoon, I made potato tacos, which I had no idea was a thing. There is somebody on YouTube that I found recently who I'm starting to really, really enjoy. His name is Internet Shaquille, and he does a cooking YouTube channel. And he just does very like quick, dry humor, but straight to the point when it comes to instructional for the cooking. You start the video, he immediately starts talking about the food, just goes like right into it. None of this, what's up guys, welcome to another video. My name is Shaquille and we are just going to get right into it today. We have an awesome schedule for you and we're just going to get right into it. Let's walk to the hallway of my house. What's going on guys? We're in the hallway of my house now, just looking at all my family portraits of all the pictures I've collected over the years, and just hold on a 1 second. We're going to get right into it right after this sponsor. Oh, this is sponsored by NordVPN. Did you know that you can... What's up guys? We're in the kitchen now and I'm just getting all my shit all collected and ready to go. And see, I got my eggs here, I got my tortilla here. Now when it comes to tortillas, and it just goes into this entire thing, and I don't know what kind of accent that was, but it was me making fun of like YouTubers. But yeah, it gets right to it. And then at the end of one of his videos, so Kenji Lopez Alt and Internet Shaquille both have a video on the best way to prepare potatoes. And this would be, in this case, russet potatoes, which I've never cooked russet potatoes before. I've always just cooked redskin potatoes. I don't know why. I just always like gravitated towards the redskins. Maybe they were smaller and they were less intimidating. But the whole science is you boil, so you skin and chop the potatoes into large chunks. You boil them in water that is heavily salted and has half a teaspoon of baking soda in it. There's this weird science to where the alkaline buildup from the baking soda creates like a super crispy texture on the outside of the potatoes. So you boil them in the baking soda salted water, and then you strain them, but you let the potatoes let off as much steam as possible in the sink. And obviously, because the steam is water and it's leaving the potatoes, that's the moisture that's leaving the potatoes. And then the outside becomes super, super dry. And then you get this little bit of a film or a crustaceous buildup on the outside of the potatoes. And then what you do is you take oil and you pour it over the potatoes, and then you mash them up. And because they've been boiled for 10 minutes and you're stirring the oil in, you start to agitate the potatoes, and then the outside of the potato turns into like a mashed potato, and then the inside is just soft and creamy. And then obviously when you bake them after that, the outside turns to the ultimate crispness. And something that I learned earlier this year that I had no idea was a thing is infusing your oil before you use it. So in Kenji Lopez Alt YouTube video about making his potatoes, he puts olive oil in a pan and then finely chops rosemary and minces garlic and throws that into a pan, and then you just simmer that until the garlic turns brown, and then you sift out the garlic and the rosemary. So you're just left with oil that was frying with rosemary and garlic, and then you have this infused oil. And then that is eventually what you toss the potatoes with. So as a quick, and by the way, if you want to look this up, Kenji Lopez Alt, Serious Eats YouTube channel, I think it is. Maybe I'll just put the videos in the description if you're curious about making the greatest potatoes of your life. So you parboil the potatoes beforehand to get the inside soft. Baking soda makes the outsides crispy. And then when you take them out, they steam, so they dry out. And then you put them in a bowl and you pour over your garlic, rosemary infused oil. You stir them up to agitate them. And then you put them on a baking sheet and you bake them at 450 degrees for 45 minutes. Every 20 minutes, flipping each individual potato. I know. Can you fathom having to take something out of the oven halfway through cooking and individually flipping each one and then having to do it again a third time? It's the biggest pain in the ass, but the payoff, oh my God, the payoff. The blowjob that followed dinner. Am I joking? These are potatoes we're talking about. The way to a woman's heart. And pussy. Sorry, I'm getting off track here. The potatoes are baked. Once they come out of the oven, you put them back into a bowl. Remember that garlic and rosemary that you sifted from the infused oil from beforehand? You sprinkle that over all the potatoes, and then you just shake them up and get the garlic and the rosemary all over. Oh my God. So at the end of that video that Internet Shaquille did, he said, these potatoes are great on their own. Or if you want to make breakfast chorizo potato tacos with raw onion and some sort of like chili lime salsa. Oh my God. Tell me chili lime again. Chili lime. I just got some Cholula hot sauce that was chili lime. Oh. But anyways, so tortilla, the crispy potatoes, and then I did some raw onion. I did some roasted bell peppers. And then I also did a little bit of queso and a little bit of sour cream. Oh my God. They were fantastic. And again, Weenie rated these 11 out of 10. I very, very, very rarely get an 11 out of 10. So that's how I knew it was good. That blowjob, 11 out of 10. Awesome. And I didn't know potato tacos were a thing. Had no idea. Heard it for the first time like 2 days ago. And oh boy, was it fantastic. I'm a big fan. Although the potato chunks that I cut were too large for the 6-inch tortillas that I had. It was still good. It was still really good. Oh my God. Okay. You know what? I know I do this a lot, but because I haven't done a morning video in 2 weeks, we're going overtime today. I didn't expect to take 10 minutes talking about potatoes. Let me take a sip of coffee, okay? Stare deeply into my fresh eyes. If I was rich and money was no option, right then I would have just spit my coffee all over the camera for comedic relief. but this is the only camera that I have, so this is all you get. It's been 2 weeks. Well, maybe not 2 weeks. I think it's probably been a week and a half since I've done a morning video. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, your boy fell off. You ain't doing the mornings no more. And that's not true. I just got distracted and I fell off of my morning routine a little bit. Basically, I think what it comes down to is I got stressed out from coming back to streaming. So this past week was my first week of streaming, and I streamed three times. The coming back stream, and then we had 2 Just Chatting streams. And at the beginning of the last Just Chatting stream, we played an hour's worth of video games, which was a nice little relief. But yeah, we just been going live, talking about video games, talking about cooking and food, and people sharing food recipes. And it's just been a fantastic time lately. One of my fears was that when I came back to streaming, my morning and daily routines would fall off because I was staying up too late streaming, or staying up too late because I was working after streaming. And because I lacked the discipline, this did happen a little bit. And I've been waking up at 5:30 instead of 4:30 just because I've been going to bed a little bit later. And I've skipped meditation a couple days, and I'm not going to do that today because I really need to do it today. And I knew that this was going to be a thing, but being aware of it beforehand, noticing it while it's happening, I'm able to kind of change things. And the one thing about routines, which I really don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, when you're implementing a new routine into your life, it's good to not slip up in the first little while of trying to do that. It's good to try and maintain as much stability and consistency when it comes to the routine. However, it's been over 3 months now of waking up early in the morning, and while I've missed out on running because of the whole COVID thing, and I've missed a couple days of meditation, I've still been productive in the morning. And I don't want to be one of those people that, you know, forgets a good portion of my life for the sake of the routine. I already in my life, because of this hobby and because of my passions, I am already missing out on a lot of everyday outside life things. You miss out on events, you miss out on friend gatherings, you miss out on memories. That is a sacrifice that you have to be willing to make when you decide to pursue something like content creation or just being a streamer, or, you know, in general, or any hobby. You know that you are missing out on certain aspects of life. And what I try and tell myself is, look, yes, it is very important for you to implement this new routine into your life, waking up early, working out, meditation, that's good. But if a closed beta video game comes out and people want to play in the evening, I don't, you know, and that's such like a one-time thing that doesn't happen too often for me, that a game that I'm really excited to play comes out in closed beta and I get a key. So when somebody's like, yo, let's play games tonight, and then, you know, 10 o'clock rolls around and I should be getting up and going to bed, or I can like have a drink and relax and just play some video games with my friends, have some good time. I can record some content while I'm doing it, so, you know, I can sort of be productive. I don't want to pass up those little opportunities, like those opportunities for good memories with my friends. I'm coming up on my first year of 30, and while I know that my 30s are going to be the greatest so far in life, I'm still hesitant to just kind of like let those memories slip out from my grasp. And I don't know if that's the right or wrong way to go about it. I don't know if I should be like, no, you have to make those sacrifices so that you can always get up at 4:30 every single morning. But I don't know. My gut doesn't make me feel that way. I don't know if I should be putting music behind these videos, like ever so softly. I don't know if I should be putting music. First of all, it would cut out on the white noise that you guys may or may not hear. There's this weird high-pitched squeal that I get in my audio chain that I cannot I've never been able to narrow down. I'm pretty sure it's my Behringer mixers, but I digress. I've thought about putting like super chill music in the background for these videos, just super low, just to eliminate that white noise. But I'm also afraid that it would take away from, you know, this. So I don't know. Of course, one of the main reasons for doing these videos is I want to open up these points. I want to open up these thought processes to you guys as points of conversation. So like if you have some sort of insight on that, I would love to know it, because already being a streamer, being a content creator, you are devoting 10, 20, 30 hours of every week towards your craft. And whether you're able to spend that time with friends and colleagues within those times is up to the person. Depends on what kind of stuff you're doing. Some people, when they stream, they only stream with their friends. They're playing with their friends 4 hours a day, every single day, and it's not a big issue. For me, who's more so of, I don't want to call myself like a lone rider, a lone star, when it comes to content creation. For the most part, I'm streaming by myself and I'm creating content by myself. I record gaming content off stream and stuff, but you know, so and when I'm working, I'm spending most of that time alone. Like I'm not hanging in Discord. You know, sometimes I'm creeping in streams for friends and stuff like that, but most of the time I'm kind of by myself. And I don't know, it just seems like I still want this morning routine to 100% be a part of my life, because it has changed how I do things. But at the same time, like on the one day a week, I'm going to stay up late so that I can do something memorable, so that I can do something worthwhile. And not that waking up early and being productive isn't worthwhile, but you know what I'm saying? I just feel like I'm going to be missing out on too much. The FOMO. But it's not like event FOMO. It's like I'm a fear of missing out on my own life. It's almost like when you get so buried in a hobby or a passion, it's almost like you're watching yourself carry out that passion at a certain point, because you're so far removed from your own life. And I've spent a good amount of my 20s doing that, and maybe I regret it. Maybe I think I regret it. You know, I actually intended on starting this video talking about how I've been reflecting on my past too much, to the point where it's been having a negative effect on me, where like photos or videos or people will pop up from the past, and then when I see something from the past, you know, there's this sense of nostalgia that will overcome me, and then like I start questioning decisions that I've made in the past, and it's not a good thought process. And it's hard for me to not look at the past and not get nostalgic. And the term nostalgia, I'm pretty sure that the actual definition of it is to where you ache to go back to something. Like it's the pain of an old wound where you ache to go back. And that is definitely true. And I don't know if I just, and it's not that I want to go back and change anything, right? It's just, I find myself reflecting on my past so much so that I don't make the same mistakes in my 30s that I did in my 20s. And again, I don't really see them as mistakes, but you know, it's just trying to be aware. It's trying to be aware of the things that you've done so that you can learn from them and you can change based on those decisions. And I don't know, that's just been something that's been kind of like weighing on me lately, is things that like pictures, videos, memories that pop up from the past, and then I start thinking about the past, and of course then you start thinking about like, oh man, those are the days. But it's such a toxic mindset to stay in. But I don't know, I feel like if I get into that subject, it's gonna be another 15 minutes. I just looked at the clock and it was 15 minutes and now it's 19. All right, I'll call it there. Maybe another day I'll open up to you about how I feel about nostalgia and the past. But hey, we're back on Twitch. I'm trying to stream maybe 3 times a week right now, 4 times a week. I'm still going to try and do some community events in Discord. I think I'm going to rent a GoldenEye source server for this upcoming Wednesday. And of course, we have a podcast next Sunday if you guys are around live on Twitch. And I think I'll call this video here. So I really appreciate you stopping in. Say hello to your mom for me. Catch you later.